little more rest, so she took today off, and she'll be back with us on Monday. Good morning. Well, that makes the four of us feel good.
We feel the same way.
You're wearing the pretty blouse that Elizabeth showed earlier in the week.
This is Elizabeth's line. Elizabeth Hasselbeck by Dialogue for Dialogue. And you know what I like about it is because it's not just for like the skinny women, like you know, girls like me can put it on.
You look pretty.
I feel so wrong.
Well, you know,
Men are going nuts.
There may be women who will go after you.
Oh. Women that's going to go after me.
Well, maybe because we have comedian Carol Leifer, who is on with us today, and she was in a straight relationship. She was married until she got divorced at 40 and took a female partner, which, I mean, I was reading Oprah's...
Where'd she take her?
I don't want to tell you where she...
Where'd she take her?
She took her
as a lover.
Home, as a lover. And I was reading an article in Oprah's magazine, which was the whole thing, you know, talking about gay is gray, how more and more women over 40 are taking female partners.
How many of you have done that?
We're taking a survey
today.
No, men, not raise your hand.
This is women, not men.
No,
this is women.
So the cougars now are like switching.
What do you think that a relationship with another woman gives you that a relationship with a man does not?
Better dinners? I don't know. I think that women, this is my feeling about it, that they have been faking it for 39 years probably before that, and they're tired of doing that. Hear me out. You know, my generation, we followed a lot of convention. I got married very young. People got married. They did things because we were told to do it. And so a lot of girls who were probably gay got married to men and lived their lives, and it seemed okay.
But you're saying,
then, you know, women's liberation has opened up a lot of different vistas for women. And so now they're saying, hey, I really am in love with women.
So, but you're saying a lot of women who were gay, who originally got married to men, that felt more free to come out.
Or do you think it's... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. So I was just trying to understand.
That's it.
Because, I have my friendships with women, really close friendships, and I cry on their shoulder. Yeah. But that's what I'm going with. You know, I like men. They do something about a man. You can't recreate it. I do.
Is it a question about intimacy? Because I think that women have an intimacy with women that maybe through their friendships, you know, it's not about maybe the sex as time goes on, but maybe that true intimacy and companionship.
No, I think it's about the sex. I think it's about the sex
with the two women.
But I think that Elizabeth, maybe I'm thinking about the articles that that it's also about it's intimacy, it's more affection, and that maybe it's less about. I mean, the sex has to be part of it. You've got to be attracted,
like any other relationship.
But maybe it has more affection involved than a relationship with a man.
Oh, I don't know. Men can be very affectionate.
Maybe it's
dogs, men, they're all, you know, very affectionate. Sit on your lap, you kiss, the hug. I mean, women, everybody.
Maybe it's easier for two women to find a relationship after 40 than to find a man.
But, you know, do you feel... It would be interesting to know if you feel... Because I know with a man, I feel very protected. You know, when I go out with a man or when I was married, I just felt very, very nurtured and protected. So I wonder,
but you can feel that with Martina Navratilova.
No, I can't. No, I can't feel it with Martina Navratilova. No.
It's also interesting how there is no stigma that there used to be. I mean, Rachel... Maddow.
Yes,
is open. She was with us a couple of weeks ago on the program. I mean, openly gay, and... No, it has nothing to do with anybody's feeling about her or appearance on the... You know, there was a time when it would have. Nothing. We've gone so far.
Did they ask these women in the article, like, what their reasons... Like, did they actually get into their... Where they thought, like, if there was a change or if they were always this way? Was there anything in the article?
In the article I read, they became attracted to women at a certain point. It was like, hey...
There was also a little bit what you said, which was there was an intimacy, there was a closeness, there was an understanding, there was a bonding. I don't know. Well...
But you can have that with a man. This is a sexual attraction to a woman.
Does it have anything to do, I don't know, is it a hormonal thing? Because as you age and your levels of... Well, I'm saying, like, your levels of estrogen, I don't know, I'm just trying to think if there's anything scientifically behind this where it would say, okay, well, given you have less estrogen, therefore how would that affect your...
Say that.
attraction.
And then it goes back again with the question we ask about gay men, which is, are you born this way, or is it something that can be developed? And in the case of the women, it sounds more as if you're saying they always were. This is saying it's something that can be developed.
Yeah. Well, with men, you notice that men don't take that long to come out. Because with a man, it's like, you know where you're going with that heated missile.
Well, when we start to talk about...
Have you heard your part referred to as a heated missile before? Look at these guys.
I just think that people know. When you're a man, they just know it. It's not as ambiguous as to a woman.
They don't find out after 40.
They know it,
they
right?
They admit it after 40.
They are flattered that you just called it a missile. They are excited. It's empowering. They love it.
There's another term that I like
There's another, I don't know whether this is, it's not a myth, but and the whole question about children making your life better as a mother, and mothers all wanting children. And there's a website you got involved.
There's this website, I think it's called True Mom Confessions, and it has all these moms venting. It's like the confessional, like the real world. They go in, they go online, and they say, sometimes I just hide in the bathroom and lock myself in there with my favorite magazine to get away from my kids. Send. And it's just these email confessions of moms that... just, as a mom, you have these moments where you just need, even if it be just 10 minutes by yourself, or moms are writing, is it wrong to hate my son 3 times a day? But reading these things, even if you don't feel the same way.
Right now you're pregnant with your third child. What would you write if you had to go on that internet?
Well, I've already entered about 5 things on that website.
I'll tell you, one thing that I used to love when Jeffrey first said mommy. It was the most exciting sound. But now it's like mommy, 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 mommy. It never stops. I go, call me Sherry, because I need something else.
He came in the studio.
He came in the studio with
which our dressing rooms were, and he said to me, you're in your dressing room, he said, where's my mommy? And I said, take my hand, darling, and I'll take you to mommy. I loved it for those 30 seconds that I had his hand before I gave him to you.
That's all, mommy.
True. I want to ask you something, because I went to see the other day a play called God of Carnage. And I want to read you something that James Gandolfini says about having kids. When I won't tell you the play, but he starts to get angry at something. He says, children consume our lives and then destroy them. Children drag us towards disaster. It's unavoidable. No one tells you anything when you start out. I have an old school buddy who's just about to have a child with his new girlfriend, and I said to him, a child at our age? Are you insane? The 10 or 12 good years we have left before cancer or a stroke, and you're going to screw yourself up with some brat?
Good dialogue.
This is a comedy. So what do you think?
That's so funny. I know with Jeffrey, I feel like I had Jeffrey so late. Like, I can't eat carbs anymore. Because you want to go to sleep, and you got a 3-year-old running around.
They made you pregnant.
No, it's hard, though, but you do feel sort of relief when you hear someone else, give right to maybe complain a little bit as a parent, because you just have moments. And I think
it's hard to have a relationship without children for a long period of time, because relationships, and psychologists say that relationships need a third leg. Something, hopefully it's not attached to your husband's secretary, but still. You need a third leg in the relationship.
You have to have children to have a good relationship.
No, but you have to have a third leg.
But there are lots of relationships where the children, screw up. It's a great relationship until you have children.
I think it's hard because it's always a reflection on you. Parents take everything their kids do, and it's hard to define your success almost based on how they are.
You said when you had Jeffrey, it made you feel like I want to have for a second, I want to have another baby.
For the 30-second walk to your office.
Before I turned him over to Mama. Well, do you think that romantic love, we're talking about relationships, lasts more than the 2 years of lust? What do you think? We'll find out when we come back with more Hot Topics.